including P5 countries, expressed their concerns on the ongoing deteriorating situation in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. So I think any debate on whether it is relevant, whether it is international, whether it's a bilateral, whether it's an internal matter of India, have been put to rest. And I think that is what is most important. जैसे आप जानते हैं मिडिल ईस्ट सिचुएशन में जो डेवलपमेंट्स हुई हैं 3 जनवरी से के बाद Pakistan is an important country in this region. We have very strong historic bonds with all the countries in the region. With Iran, we have a very important relationship with the United States and other countries in the region. So Pakistan, the Prime Minister of Pakistan directed the Foreign Minister that Pakistan's efforts to contribute towards diffusion of tension and to work towards peace and stability in this region should be intensified through a diplomatic outreach. And in this connection, the Foreign Minister, as you are well aware, and we have explained this comprehensively in our press releases, the Foreign Minister held interactions in Riyadh, in Tehran, and he spoke to a number of his counterparts in the region and beyond, and put forward Pakistan's point of view that war is in no one's interest, and that Pakistan is a partner for peace. I think when issues of war and peace are discussed, you don't wait for an invitation. You go forward and you put in your contribution. And that is what Pakistan has always done, and that is what Pakistan will always do. Thank you. I haven't finished. SCO summit in Delhi, I will have to check and get back to you. यहाँ पे एक सवाल उठा था वाशिंगटन डीसी के हवाले से. जैसे आपको मालूम है फॉरेन मिनिस्टर का जो ये दौरा है वो पहले ईरान गए, फिर सऊदी अरेबिया गए, और USA is the third leg of his present visit. We have issued a detailed curtain raiser on this. He's going to have very important meetings in Washington, D.C. I have also said it in my opening remarks of his scheduled and planned meetings at with senior administration officials and leadership. He will not only talk about the issue of Jammu and Kashmir, the situation that is there, the violations of LOC, ceasefire violations that are taking place from India, the situation in the Middle East, and the full spectrum of bilateral relationship with the United States. So this will be a very comprehensive set of discussions that the foreign minister will have in Washington. Ji, I'll take the lady there and then Ji, farmaiye. And I must say that it is the content of that report are highly inaccurate. They are based on assumptions, and I'm afraid I have to use the word, there is a lot of fabrication in that report. There is no such thing, not a single penny from the Community Welfare Fund of any of our mission has been utilized for this purpose. The second question, I'll have to revert and check the veracity of the reports on this. Ji, Mateen sir.
Thank you, Beth. This is Mateen Vidit. U.S. Assistant Secretary for South Asia, Alice Wells, is expected to visit Islamabad. So would you give us the dates on what dates she would be in Islamabad, and what issues are likely to be taken up by Foreign Office with us, since she's looking after South Asia desk at the U.S. State Department. And along with that, there were also reports that U.S. Special Representative
Mateen Saab, regarding Ambassador Khalilzad's visit, we still do not know. There were dates for him to visit last week, but they have not transpired. So once we have confirmation of the visit, we will let you know. Yes, we are expecting Ambassador Wells to visit Pakistan. I do not have the exact dates with me, but we expect to have discussions with her in the Foreign Office and in other ministries as well on various bilateral issues that are presently on the agenda in the US-Pakistan dialogue. Ji Naveed Saab at the end. As I have been led to understand that the Afghan delegation was visiting on the invitation of a think tank seminar that took place in Islamabad, and they participated in that. I also know that they had some official meetings. The foreign minister, as you know, is out of the country. So, but yes, we are aware of this. Thank you. Ji, Aap, and then Isa Sahib. We have around 28 countries. There are over 10,000 Pakistanis who are currently imprisoned. I want to state that the embassies of Pakistan and the consulates all over the world are very mindful of our nationals who are imprisoned on various charges according to local laws. Around half of the number are convicted on criminal charges that range from an entire gamut of criminal activity, including violation of immigration laws, human smuggling, etc. The government is fully cognizant of its responsibilities, and we exert utmost effort to extend support for the relief of Pakistani prisoners abroad, and are engaged with local governments to facilitate these prisoners. In the last few years, our embassies have undertaken over 13,000 consular access meetings across different countries, across different jurisdictions, in an effort to assist Pakistani prisoners. As a result of these efforts, in the last 1 year alone, over 4,637 prisoners have been released. On the issue of Pakistani prisoners in Saudi Arabia, we have been, our missions in Saudi Arabia have been in discussing this particular issue with the Saudi authorities. We have been informed that so far 579 prisoners have been released under the clemency announced by the Crown Prince. In addition to this, around 1,500 prisoners have been released under other clemencies and after completion of their sentences. Our missions and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs have actively pursued the matter with Saudi authorities at every bilateral interaction. And this issue has been highlighted, as you very well know, from the highest leadership level in Pakistan also. Shall we take 2 more questions, and then we can have an informal, we can carry on our conversation and questions. Over to you. So I'll take Isa Saib and one, and okay. It's never the last 2. It usually ends up the last 10. Ji, Isa Saib.
We know that Taliban and the US have been in talks for trying to reach an agreement for reconciliation and peace in Afghanistan. The process has been stuttered many a times for one reason or the other. But today the news is coming that one of the bottlenecks that was there for reaching or going towards the way where they can reach an agreement towards reduction in violence, which Taliban had agreed. You know about this development and how does Pakistan see this development? Do you think this is going to eventually bring up all parties and bring peace and reconciliation in Afghanistan?
Ji.
Should be a spokesperson, Mohammed Ali from Voice of America. There are reports that USA and Taliban are negotiating for the release of prisoners. Whether Islamabad is privy to such documents?
As you are well aware of Pakistan's position on the Afghanistan peace process, we have welcomed the resumption of the US-Taliban peace talks, and we hope that the talks would be concluded at the earliest, leading the way to inter-Afghan negotiations. And under this umbrella, all efforts, all negotiations, whether it's ceasefire, whether it's any other aspect of the peace process, is welcomed by Pakistan. 1 and 2. जी. हाँ जी. आप फिर आप जी.
मैडम मेरा नाम असगर अली मुबारक है, डेली मेल इस्लामाबाद से हूँ. मेरा क्वेश्चन रिगार्डिंग जो अभी रिसेंटली विजिट किया है फॉरेन मिनिस्टर ने, ओमान भी हो गए. ओमान वो कंट्री जिसने इजराइल को फर्स्ट टाइम इस्लामी ममालिक की तरफ से तस्लीम किया, और इस हवाले से उसका किरदार जो मिडिल ईस्ट में बड़ा एक इम्पोर्टेंट है, बिलखसूस ईरान के साथ जो मामलात हैं और अमेरिका से इजराइल. तो क्या पाकिस्तान को इस हवाले से कोई इस दौरे के दौरान ये कहा गया है कि कोई डिप्लोमेटिक चैलेंज जो है इस कंट्री के दरमियान जो है वो सवाल करें, क्योंकि पाकिस्तान के ईरान हो गया और अमेरिका के इस दौरे में इस इशू को भी उठाया गया है.
असगर साहब, फॉरेन मिनिस्टर का दौरा मस्कत का एक स्पेसिफिक ओकेजन के लिए था. जैसे आप जानते हैं, सुल्तान काबूस रहलत फरमा गए और ओमान में उनका एक बहुत तवील अरसे उन्होंने रूल किया है. सुल्तान काबूस की एक बहुत अहम हैसियत रही है ख़ित्ते में मुसलमानों के लिए. तो ताज़ियत के इस मौके पे ताज़ियत के लिए फ़ॉरेन मिनिस्टर वहाँ गए और प्रेसिडेंट, प्राइम मिनिस्टर और पाकिस्तानी कौम की तरफ से उन्होंने ताज़ियत पेश की. और जो नए सुल्तान हैं उनसे मुलाकात की. यही पर्पस था इस दौरे का, इसके अलावा कुछ नहीं. I'll take 1 from you and 1 from you, and then that is it.
Regarding the Security Council consultative meeting, कॉमन सेशन तो नहीं था, तो उस एक तो उससे रिलेटेड कि ये वाली बात कि वहाँ पे उन्होंने ह्यूमन राइट्स के इश्यूज पे कंसर्न्स रेज किए, और आपने कहा सेवरल कंट्रीज हैव रेज्ड द कंसर्न्स इंक्लूडिंग P5 कंट्रीज. तो वो कंट्रीज को अगर आप उनकी डिटेल्स दे दें. और इन्होंने एनेक्सेशन को कंडेम किया, जो इंडियन एनेक्सेशन है, और क्या एट द एंड ऑफ द डे क्या ये ह्यूमन राइट्स इशू बन के क्या
I just want to inform that this was a closed session of the UN Security Council. The discussion was an in-depth one, in which presentations were made by the Political Affairs Department of the UN and the Peacekeeping Affairs Department. Since it was a closed session and Pakistan is not a member of the Security Council at present, we do not know the exact debate that took place. However, the fact that the debate took place and lasted that long shows that it was an all-encompassing debate. Whether it was human rights, whether it was only human rights, I think those are, as I said, it was a closed meeting, and we do not know the details of what happened.
So it was not a success as well.
In 5 months, we've had a second in-depth briefing given to Security Council members. In my dictionary, that constitutes success. Thank you. I'll take the last question. Ji. I think I have spoken comprehensively on Middle East.
There are reports that 5 Pakistanis are indicted in United States for exporting illegal equipments for the nuclear program of Pakistan. What is your opinion on this? And secondly, दूसरा सबसे बड़ा क्वेश्चन ये है कि मकबूजा कश्मीर में एक इंडियन पुलिस अफसर को पकड़ा गया था मुबैना हिजबुल मुजाहिदीन के लीडर के साथ और एक बंदे और के साथ। इस पर कांग्रेस ने भी ये कहा उनके स्पोक्समैन ने कि क्या ये पाकिस्तान को इस साजिश में इन्वॉल्व करने का मामला है, और इसमें ये भी आया कि अफसर गुरु की जो फांसी थी वो इलीगल थी और वो इनोसेंट आदमी था, उसको इंडियन एजेंसियों ने इन्वॉल्व किया। योर वर्ड्स प्लीज।
जहाँ तक मामला है पाकिस्तानीज़ का, I don't think I got it clearly. You said 5 Pakistanis have been arrested in the US for?
They were indicted for exporting illegal equipments for the nuclear program of Pakistan.
I have not seen that report. I'll have to verify whether.
This is from Voice of America.
As I said, I'll have to check the veracity of it. We have also seen the reports on the arrest of an Indian police officer, and I'll have to revert to you on that. Thank you very much. May I invite all of you to continue our informal session.